want to bring into the conversation Pastor Brad Wells from Graceway Baptist Church in D.C. You both know each other well. Pastor,
yes, we do.
Talk to me about this vision the congressman has and what needs to be done in America right now to save this country.
Well, Congressman Cawthorn is right on track because America is built on families. There's three sacred institutions that the Bible and God recognizes, and that's the family, the church, and the state. Of course, the church and the state are built on the backs of the families. And so the family, that's where we get our beautiful children. That's where we get our heritage. That's where we get our legacy continuing on to the next generation. We are foolish to think that we can live in isolated bubbles in some far-flung place and continue with our legacy and have a heritage of freedom continue into the next generation. It simply won't happen. There is so much energy that is expended in Washington, D.C. every single day, and not by stupid people. These are doers, and they are actively looking to change and make a difference. And so I applaud Representative Cawthorn for the work that you're doing. This is what needs to happen. We need to move forward with strength and energy and move back to the family, get back to protecting the individuals of the homes. That's where our population comes from.
Yeah, for sure. Congressman, and also the pastor, I want you to weigh on this as well. But if this roadmap doesn't come to fruition, then what? I mean, where is America heading? Are we going to become like the fallen Roman Empire? I mean, is there a real danger of that, Congressman?
Oh, there absolutely is a real danger of that. I mean, you start looking at what happened, not even to the Roman Empire, but when the Roman Republic turned into the empire that we had after Caesar, Crassus, and Pompey had their big triumvirate battle. When you start looking at the kind of telltale signs of when a republic is starting to fall, and really Rome is probably the best example of that, and then you compare it to our culture today, sure, it awfully does rhyme. It looks very, very similar. You realize that you had the majority of the population becoming either renters or leasers of land, not actually owning land. Which is exactly what we have going on in our country today because people are so in debt from student loans that we have an entire generation of renters. And so if we don't bring back this America First principles of saying, you know what, I don't care about a Ukrainian-Russian border conflict over in Europe, when our own border is being completely ravaged and taken over by illegal immigrants coming into our country. Well, that tells me that our country needs to get its ideals and its principles and its priorities in check.
Yeah, and you mentioned something there that really makes me think about forgiving student loans, this idea of forgiving student loans. What's your take on something like that? And then I want to get the pastor's take.
You know what? I believe in personal responsibility. If you sign the dotted line, I don't care how young you were, to take this student loan, then it's your duty to pay it back. But what we need to do is stop the bleeding and stop the hemorrhaging. We need to stop having these federally guaranteed student loans because imagine if you're a store owner and you're selling pizza and you know that you're going to have very hungry people that are coming by your place and that they have a federally guaranteed loan system right across the street, and so they can pay whatever they need to get that pizza right then. Well, we all know that our culture has a problem with delayed gratification, so we know those people would go take that loan out and we could charge $10,000 per pizza. That's exactly what you have going on in our higher education institutions. And I believe it's completely on purpose by the radical left to try and lower the amount of true home ownership and land and property rights in this country because they realize that people who actually own land in this country want to defend it.
Yeah. Pastor, I've got to get you on the fallen. I wanted to ask about student loan, but I got to get you on the fallen Roman Empire and the moral depravity aspect to it. I've got about 45 seconds or so.
Well, personal responsibility is key. And once you lose the personal responsibility that's passed on from generation to generation, you're in big trouble. And neither the church nor the state can correct what the home will lay aside. And that's what's going on. As we delve into free entertainment and free bread, so to speak, it is further bringing us into decline. What we need to get back to is responsibility. You know, there's a blessing that the Old Testament of the Bible ends with. The blessing comes when the heart of the fathers turn to the children and the heart of the children turn back to the fathers. And that's what needs to happen.
Very nice. Pastor, Congressman, really appreciate your time. Good luck with the bill, the doctrine, if you will.